Aloha YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelani, and today I want to remind you that there is no one to change but you. No one and nothing to change but you. Why do I say that? Why do I say that when we could be having experiences, circumstances, people, relationships in our life that we know are not treating us how we deserve to be treated? And maybe we're tired of having to argue for someone to respect us or to value our time, value our energy, value who we are because we know who we are. But for some reason, they don't seem to get it. Well, there's no one to change but you because honestly, we can't really change other people. I'm sure you've tried it. I've tried it, whether it's family, wanting to help family members be more healthy, introduce them to things that have helped me, like yoga or eating more greens or proper supplements, only for them to either reject you, attack you, or just basically say no thank you, right? Or do the opposite, or resent you for it, right? Why even try? The only circumstances, the only things we can actually control are ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, our behaviors. And granted, I know that's a big ask because it's not always easy to control our thoughts or our emotions or how we feel. And I would never say to invalidate your emotions or what's going on in your felt experience. It's very important for us to experience the emotions, energy, in motion, emotions. And also, it's equally as important to allow that energy in motion to move through us so that we can come back to a state of more equilibrium, more regulation, and then move forward from there. Also, I know it's hard. It can feel hard at times to get the thoughts to equal out or to, see through them. That's why practices like meditation, mindful meditation, self-awareness are really good and supportive at training ourselves by the practice, the consistency of being able to observe our thoughts, become the witness of our thoughts, and allow our thoughts to pass without attaching them. You've probably heard that you are not your thoughts, and that is true. Yes, we are not our thoughts. We are not the thoughts that move through our mind, and the thoughts are information. They are information showing us, one, where we're vibrating, what our frequency is vibrating at, because we are energetic. We're all frequency and vibration. So the thoughts that we have are an indicator of where we are vibrating at, where our state of being is at. Picture this. Abraham Hicks uses this analogy often. It's a really good one. I'm aging myself here a little bit, but I did grow up with the radio. And so, back in the day, back in the 90s, we would tune to a specific radio station. Here where I live, my station was 98.5. That was the jam. It's still there. There are still some DJs and some VJs that are still going strong, but I digress. So if I want to listen to a song that's on 98.5, I have to tune my radio frequency to 98.5. I can't listen to something on 100.5 and 98.5 at the same time. I have to tune specifically to that station. So anything that's on 98.5 is only on that frequency, right? The same thing. So if we look at our thoughts, say we're vibrating in a place where we're feeling really good, we're feeling really open, expansive, we're feeling very much in love with life, we're feeling frisky, we're excited, we're eager to live, we're just, the sun is shining. And then all of a sudden, it feels like we're hit by a negative thought, or a circumstance comes into our experience and it brings us into a negative state. Our thoughts move into a different state. Now those thoughts are showing us what frequency, what state we're moving into, what the circumstance, the experience, the people, places, or things are bringing up within us for us to become aware of, so we can decide if we would like to shift out of it. So we want to tune our thoughts to the frequency that we wish to broadcast our signal out from. The reason why I'm here and I'm digressing here is because when we're in experiences or we're in relationships where we find ourselves in a negative cycle, a negative pattern, maybe one that we've been living, what feels like on repeat over and over and over again, like Groundhog Day. And it's probably stemming from childhood, a deeper rooted program that we were conditioned and absorbed as children that has just been playing and playing and playing, that we're not even aware of, that's lying in our subconscious mind. Remember, our subconscious mind is like an iceberg, and our conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg that's above the water, that 5%. Everything else under the water, that's our subconscious mind. That's what we don't see, right? It's below our state of consciousness, our state of awareness. Now we can get into our subconscious by becoming aware of what our thoughts are, or the emotions that are coming up within us, or even meditation and practices like this, nervous system regulating practices like EFT tapping, like somatic practices that bring us back into our body, soma, and help us to move that energy out. So when we become aware of what's going on in our mind and our thoughts, and we can see what's playing out and what is coming up. For example, say you have a friend. We'll say a friend. Someone you've considered a friend who just doesn't value your time. You make plans all the time and they're constantly rescheduling. And you tend to be this type of person who is overly accommodating. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. You're busy. Okay, yeah, let's reschedule. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, how about a little bit later? Okay, sure. No, I get it. All right, yeah, that works. Let's do that. Until eventually, after the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 20th time, you start to ask yourself, okay, I'm feeling really undervalued here, and I'm feeling really disrespected, honestly. And maybe you are at a place in your own evolution where you feel comfortable to communicate to them about your true experience, about what's coming up for you. And if that's great, if that's you, then that's wonderful. And maybe some of us, we're not there yet, and that's okay too. But let's say we even go to the example where you do have a conversation and the other person is somewhat aware. They're on the path, they claim to be conscious, they claim to be on the spiritual path, whatever that means to them. And so you're able to have a communication, a discussion about your vulnerability, your emotions, what's coming up for you, your experience, and they share their experience. And then you come to a sort of understanding, right? And they say, wow, you know what? I apologize. You're right. I'll do better. I want to do better. Let's go at this again. And then you reschedule again, and then you make plans, and then they're still doing the thing that they said they wouldn't do. What do you do? Do you keep arguing for your limitations, basically, as Abraham Hicks would say? Or do you keep speaking up for yourself, speaking on your needs, telling them how to treat you? Or do you just decide, you know what? There's no one to change but me. And if I'm still attracting the situation, if I'm still in this pattern, I've told the person how I feel and nothing's changed. And they say on their conscious 5% level, oh yeah, I respect you, I apologize, I value your friendship, let's try this again. But maybe they're 90%, 95%, and their subconscious below their awareness is still playing out this unawareness of, hey, Your time, your energy, your presence is not as valuable as mine. At that point, the only thing to change is yourself, right? This is where it comes back to self-concept, because honestly, self-concept work has been the biggest shift for me out of everything else I've been doing over the last 12 years. Going on 13 years. It's 2012. Crazy. But think about it. If you were embodying the version of yourself that knows their worth and value, that knows that they don't have to argue or beg or defend or convince anybody of their worth and value, that they deserve to be respected, how would that version of you move forward in this conversation? I know what they wouldn't do. They would stop begging for validation, to be heard, to be respected, to be communicated with. And that goes for a friendship, a partnership, a romantic relationship, a business associate, family, friends, whoever, right? This has been a huge game changer for me. Be the version of yourself that already knows their value and their worth and does not settle for less. You can still have love and appreciation for this person and also know that they're not capable in this now moment to respect you and be there for you in the way that you deserve to be respected and valued. Period. Going back to the Mel Robbins thing, let them show you where they are. Let them show you who they are. Let them show you where they're at, what they're capable of, and what they're not. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean that they're wrong, but you deserve better. And as my fellow recovering people pleasers out there, it is okay for us to choose ourselves. And not only is it okay, it is necessary. It is necessary for us to live to the type of life that we deserve to live. Right? You see those people out there that are living in the homes and the lifestyles and the relationships and the careers and the money and the business and the cars and the clothes and everything, right? And what is it? What is it? Is it because they won the lottery? Is it because they're better than you? No. They are no different than you or I or any of us. One thing that they do have, I can promise, is a strong self-concept. They know who they are, and they know their worth, they know their value, and they don't accept anything less. They have standards. I heard recently someone compare standards and boundaries. And, boundaries can have this sense of like limitation of like this, like, oh, separation, right? But standards is similar. It's just like something to reach up to. This is what we have when we have a strong self-concept. We have standards. And people can be who they are, right? And yes, in a parallel reality, there is a different version of themselves that can and will meet you where you deserve to be met. And so in order for you to attract and align with that version of them, we have to be willing to let them go. To snip. To create the space, to create that distance so that you can continue to vibrate high where you deserve to be. And you can align with the reflections, the people, places, and things that will meet you where you are, instead of you feeling like you have to come down to meet them. And again, this is not better or worse. This is just all frequency and vibration. We are just vibrating. Period. Point blank, this is a universe of frequency and vibration and energy. We are light, we are energy, we are made of stars, we are made of the same energy that creates the solar system and the stars in the sky. There is no separation. So the more and more we hone in on that and we remember that and we pay attention to these subtle energies, like what we're vibrating, what we're feeling, what we're thinking, how we're acting and behaving, and how the people in our life affect that, our frequency, our vibration, our state of mind and being. Do they uplift us? Do they bring us higher? Or do we find ourselves in states of more stress, more uncomfortability, discomfort, of just feeling like you have to prove yourself to them in one way or another? I know I'm tired of proving my worth. I'm so tired. I will just say I am in my 30s now, and my 20s I was doing the work, and I was also really just disassociated, disconnected from my body. Thankfully, my yoga asana practice, all my yoga practices, meditation, pranayama, breath work, asana, the shapes, the postures, have helped me get back into my body, along with movement and dance and music and singing and everything else. But also, I was not yet ready to face these bigger things. And the more I've come into my body, right, the more I'm connected to my body, my energetic centers, my fascia, my tissues, my muscles, my cells, the more I realize that the people that are in our life, that we allow into our lives, the environments that we choose to allow into our lives, because we are always choosing. We are always choosing. Don't get it twisted. It might feel challenging at times. There might be a lot of momentum because, we've spent maybe decades, years vibrating or moving towards this one way of thinking, of believing. But it's never too late. It's never too late to let go and to allow that momentum to move to the other way. Because the people and the circumstances and the environments really do affect us and our ability to create the life that we truly deserve and are worthy of. So I'm going to leave it at this. I know I was rambling a little bit. I'm hoping that you're finding some value through all of this. But just want to remind you, the only thing to change is yourself. The only thing to change is you. So change what you are willing to put up with. Send them love. Pray for them. Embody. Be that version of yourself more and more and more. Ask yourself, what would this version of me, the version of me that knows her worth and her value, what would she stand for? Would she accept this behavior? Would she play in this dynamic? Would she fight tooth and nail to prove to somebody that she's worthy of their respect, of their communication, of their love? Or would she just say, okay, namaste, my friend. I wish you the best. And you know what? I'm going to go do me over here. Right? And if maybe one of these days, if you think you can, then come talk to me. Apologize would be great. You don't have to, but it would be great. And until then, I'm going to do me over here. I'm going to continue to go for the life that I deserve and am worthy of. And I will find and attract and magnetize the people, places, and things that can meet me there and that will respect me and that do respect and value me, my time, and my energy. Period. Right? So if this resonated with you in any way, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences. What's going on with you? And also if there's any other topics or things you'd like to chat with me about, please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to the next video. Much love. Aloha. You got this. You got this. Know your worth and your value. We got this. Mwah. Aloha.